Welcome back to another Flutter video. In this video, let's learn how to work with bottom navigation bar in Flutter. So bottom navigation is a widget from Material Designs that is placed at the bottom of your app and allows users to select among a list of pages. So to get started, you can create a project. You can call this project Flutter bottom_navigation. So here, this is the default template that comes when you create a new project. So let's select these two pages and delete it. Let's also remove this parameter for this widget right here. And let's change the name of this widget to be homepage. So now inside of this lib folder, let's create a new folder. Let's call this page. And inside of this page, let's create a new file. Let's call home_page.dart. And here we'll select the stateful widget. We'll work with stateful widget because when a user selects a page, we want to keep track of the index that is selected and display the correct page. So for that, select Flutter stateful widget, and this widget will be named homepage. Here, inside of this build method, instead of returning this placeholder, let's return this scaffolding widget. We'll use this scaffolding widget and use the bottom navigation bar property to add our bottom navigation widget. So here I want to add, first of all, the app bar. This will take the app bar widget, and then let's define a few properties. The first one is the title. Let's use the text widget to add a title. And this by default will be dashboard. So this is our first page. And then for the background color, I want to use the colors.red. And then to add some contrast, let's use the foreground color. And again, you can use the colors.white. So after you define your app bar, let's now define our body property. So this will be the current widget. So for that, inside of this class, let's define a few properties inside of homepage state. The first property, this will be of type int, and this will be private. So use the underscore and then current page index. After that, we also want to use a widget. So this will be the current page. This is also private, so current, let's call page. And now you can copy this current page right here and paste it here. Let's also make it both of them late, so we'll use one of the methods from homestate widget. We also need to define a list of pages that we want to display when a user selects the different options for your bottom navigation. So for that, let's create now a late final, and we want to create now a list, and let's constrain this list to be of type widgets. And this will be also private, so list of page options is the name of our list. And so this will be initially an empty list. So now let's go inside our lib folder and let's create our navigation page. So for that, create a new subfolder. Let's call this navigation underscore pages. Inside of this subfolder, let's create my underscore dashboard underscore page.dart. Let's create 3 more pages. So another one will be search underscore page.dart. Then account underscore page.dart. And finally settings underscore page.dart. So for each page, we have to make them stateless widget. And then inside of our build method, instead of returning this placeholder, let's return a scaffolding widget. and we just will define the body property this time. So inside of the body, I want to have a center widget, and then for the child of the center widget will be the sized box. Size box widget, and then for the size box widget, let's define a width, let's say 200, and the height, this will be also 200. And then for the child, I want to have a card widget, and this will have a center widget as a child, and for this child of the center widget, I will have a text widget right here, and this will be dashboard page. Actually, let's add my dashboard page. So right here, I just want a center card widget with 200 pixels in height and 200 pixels in height, and also have a text widget, my dashboard center, in the middle of this card. So let's copy this scaffolding widget right here. Save everything, close it. And here, let's just call this stateless widget and just add the name and replace right here our placeholder with this scaffolding widget, and just change the text. This will be search page. Let's do the same thing for the account widget, stateless widget, account page, paste it right here, and this will be my account page. Save it and close. And let's do the same thing for this settings page. So settings page, and this will be a settings page. So save everything. Let's come right here, make sure you imported this home.dart. So this will be Flutter bottom navigation. As you can see right here, we get an error that says right here, current page has not been initialized. So let's do this. So when you create a stateful widget, we have different stage that this page will be loaded. So we can do, it's doing an override the initial state and initialize our current page index, current page, and also add page to our list of pages option right here. So come right here. So initialize the current page, and then current index, and then add page to list. So right here, for our current page, I want this page to be the dashboard page. Save everything. And for the initial, for the current index, this will be equal to 0. So this is the first position inside of our list of pages. So call the list of pages right here. And then we can use cascading, so we can add all the pages in just one statement code right here. So just copy this add method and paste it 3 more times. So the first page will be dashboard page, and then the second one will be the search page, then we have the settings page, and finally we have the account page. So with that, all of our widget is now initialized. So after that, let's add now our bottom navigation bar. So for that, we'll use this property right here, bottom navigation bar, and this will have to define the bottom navigation bar widget. And this, first of all, we have to define our list of items, as you can see right here, and this list will be the bottom navigation bar item widget. So right here, called the bottom navigation bar widget, give it a comma, copy, and then paste 3 more times. Let's organize or format our document, save it, and here, if you hover over it, we have the widget icon, and then we have a label, an active icon. This will be displayed when the user is selected this current page, and then we have background color, and we can also add a tooltip. So I'm gonna use an icon, a label, and then the active icon. For the icon, I like to use the outline icon, and then when the user selects the current page, I want to use filled version of the same icon. So let's see how we can do that. We can call the icon widget, and here icons class, let's call the first one is the home underscore outline it, and then you can come right here, give it a comma. For the label, this will be a string, let's call this dashboard. And after this label, we also have this active widget. So you can copy this icon class right here and just remove this outline right here. Save it, and this is the first option for our first page. So make sure the order that you define your bottom navigation item list is the same one that you created inside of your list of page. So when your user select one page, you can display the correct page right here. So let's copy these 3 properties right here. Come here, clean everything, paste it, and then we just have to change the icons and the label. This will be the search icon right here. For the text will be search, and here there will be just the search icon. Let's do the same thing for this one right here. So this will be the settings, and then for the text will be settings, and here is just settings. So here you can use the person outline, this will be account, and this will be person. So now we have defined our bottom navigation widget, but we still need to do some things inside of this bottom navigation. If you hover over it, we'll have right here to define the function, and then we have to define the current index position. As you can see, by default it takes the value of 1, so this first page will be displayed by default. So you can call this current index, and then we can call our private current page index right here. And then for the on tap, let's create an arrow function and pass the index as the index of the current selected page that the user selected. And here we need to define a method, a callback method, to change the page according to the index. So come right here after this initialize state method and create a void on page selected. This will be a function, a method, and then here we'll have an int, and for the int this will be the index variable. So inside of it, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to call this setState, and here now we'll change the current index will be equal to the index that we'll get from this parameter, and then the current page will be, let's call the list of page, and then select according to this index. Save everything. Let's reload our app. We'll still get this error. So come here, copy this method, and add it right here. So we'll get this index. Save everything. Reload your app. And here you have it. As you can see, the bottom navigation is here, but it's not visible. So let's learn how we can customize it to make it more presentable. So you come right here. If you hover over it, now we have a few properties. You have right here elevation, bottom navigation bar type. You have background color. You have select item color, unselect item color. With select label style, unselect label, show select label, and so on. So let's see how we can add a few of them. The first one, let's add the elevation property. So the elevation will be 0.0, so we don't want any elevation. For the background color, let's use the background colors dot transparent, so we don't want to add any background color. And then for the icon selected item color, this will be the colors dot red. And for the unselected item color, this will be colors dot gray. And let's change the shade of this gray to be 400. Save everything. And here you have your bottom navigation now. So when you click, you can see right here we are changing page. But as you can see, when you click, the bottom navigation is moved. So by default, if you have less than 4 items, this bottom navigation, the type will be fixed. But when you have 4 or more, this will start to shifting according to your selection. You can change that by coming right here. So let's call the type, and this will take this bottom navigation bar type. So let's call this bottom navigation bar type enum. And here you have right here fixed, or you have shifting. So right now it's shifting, but when you change to fix and you save, you can see right here they are not moving anymore. And if you want to remove these labels, you can come right here, call this show, select the label. This will take a boolean if you pass as false. And you also call this show, unselect labels, and you also pass as false. So this will remove all the labels. So if you want to change it to show just the selected, you pass right here for true. And when the user selected one, you will see the name will be displayed. So a better way to display label is to use right here in the toolbar and change it as the user selects different pages. So let's see how we can do this. So for that, let's create a new variable, and now this will be of type string. Let's call this current page title. So copy right here this variable, and then let's go inside of this app bar and just place it right here for your text widget. Now when we initialize this property here, so let's do this after this one. So define the initial label. So this will be equal to dashboard. And now let's also create a list, but this time a list of strings. So for each page we'll define, so this will be a string. So list of page titles right here. And now let's initialize our list right here. Come right here, dot dot, add, and paste it 3 more times right here. So the first one will be dashboard, the second one will be search, the third one will be settings, and lastly this will be account. Save everything, reload your app, and now when you change right here, let's see what's, oh, we have to copy this current page title, and let's change it when the user selects a new page right here. So paste it, this will be equal to the list of page title, and just provide the index. Save everything, reload it. So, and also let's make this one false, so we don't want to display the label. So now when you select a different page, you can see also the title will change it according to your page. So this is how we can work with bottom navigation in Flutter. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to define these few properties right here and create the list of pages that you want to display in your bottom navigation. By convention, you can add 5 items, and if you have more, you can add the drawer navigation instead of using this bottom navigation. If you want to see that video, just comment in this video and I will create a video how you can work with drawer navigation in Flutter. So this is it for this video. Consider subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notification when new videos are coming out, and give it a like to this video so we can get more exposure so our channel can grow on YouTube. So this is it, and thanks for watching.